This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that hello everybody, and welcome back to yet another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us. It is very much appreciated. Right, what we've got today to come up is the second of the Stallions in Focus series. Might as well squeeze another one in ahead of what is a busy week this week. We've got Irish Champions Weekend coming up. We've also got two classics because Irish St Leger is part of that weekend. And we also have the UK St Leger meeting in Doncaster. So obviously, a few of these horses, the 2-year-olds especially, ahead of Classic Watch 25, hopefully, will begin to sort themselves out even more than they have done currently. But that's for another day. Stallion in Focus is today's project. Like I said last time, a quick brief synopsis really. It's just me banging on about the Stallions that I identified on this site, Rep CIC Racing 2020.great/site.net. The dams, some of the mares on here have become brood mares already. We've had 3 Juddmonth mares on this site. I've already foaled winners. So obviously it's time to now take a look at some of the males on the site, which is what I'm trying to do. The next stallion that we're just going through them in chronological order. I think we're in June 2019 now. And the second stallion identified on the site was this fellow here. Nirvana Du Berlais, who's a French national hunt stallion, siring for €6,500. At the moment, very good horse. He only managed to win 2 of his 7 starts. But the way he did it was absolutely incredible. People will see the pedigree if they look on French Gallop. Sired by what I consider to be the best stallion of national hunt horses I have ever seen in my life. And I've done half a century on this planet. I've watched a few go round. Not saying I'm any authority or anything. But if people can show me a better sire than Marteline in the last 50 years that's still alive, then bring it on. Absolutely magnificent stallion, in my view, out of a dam called Catiucha, who herself was sired by another not-so-bad French national hunt stallion, Mansonien. Very interesting horse, you'll see there. 7 races, 2 wins, but he did manage to win the big Grade 1 hurdle back in November 2019. He also won another stallion-making race back in June or July, whatever the 6th month of the year is, when he won the Grade 3 Prix Aguado, also at Auteuil. 2 big races they are. Well, they're all big races, really, all the pattern races for French horses. But some of them, if people do look at the form of them, the way they work out historically, some do definitely appear to attract better horses than others. It's just a matter of learning what those races are. 2 wins out of 7, like people said. Very interesting horse. Nirvana Du Berlais' highest Racing Post rating was 143, which he gained when winning the Group 1, where he beat Cool Has by 14 lengths. I identified actually and looked at the horse around this time, May, June time. He was actually beaten 6 lengths by Mick Pastor, a horse that was subsequently bought by Ireland's biggest gambler, JP McManus. And while that was going round, getting beaten or winning at long odds on in the UK, this horse won the Group 3 Prix Aguado at 20.6 to 1, beating another fantastic horse, the Double Handful identified horse. Can't do that site because it was hacked by the Chinese. And I've got no copy of it. I can't remember what horses were even on it. 4 Fun beat that by 2.5 lengths to win the Group 3 Prix Aguado. People would have been easily able to get off him when he was asked to defy a penalty at the same level at 9 to 5, below the 2 to 1 threshold, obviously. People might have had to take a hit when he was upped up in trip there. Upped up in grade, to the Grade 2, where he can only finish 5th of 7. Beaten 4th of 7, beaten 5 lengths by Saganaro. But then the 14-length demolition job at 10.5 to 1 made this horse a Newman horse. There's no other word for it, really. I mean, look at the prices it's won pattern races at. You know, absolutely magnificent horse. Is it going to be as good as Stallion? It's hard to say. What we can do, the reason I say it's hard to say is because there's so many options out there in France. What we can do is take a look at the pedigree of the horse, really. Nirvana Du Berlais. Dam line 4R. The horse, like I said, side by Marteline, out of Catiucha. People will see the fifth dam of the horse was foaled in 1958. A dam called Natera. So this is a proper old school pedigree, what people mainly will find with national hunt horses and horses of a certain type, stamina horses, where basically, if the fifth dam of the horse could have been going round to relatives that were racing in the 1940s, and it would still be quite closely related to this horse. Where if people were looking to follow these on the flat, you will have probably gone through the dams a lot quicker. For instance, the third dam of the horse was foaled 40 years ago. Around the national, on the flat horse, it's probably about 12 or 14. You know, if you got a 12-year-old mare giving birth to a 12-year-old mare giving birth to a 12-year-old mare, you know, then you sort of see, hopefully, what I'm trying to explain is the fact that people have to go back a lot further in these sometimes. This pedigree, people will still see horses with Kojina and Cadena and Catiucha going down round in the pedigree now. And if they do see them, then I suggest, unless their temporary form has overwritten the permanent class that the pedigree has, that can easily happen. Form can override pedigree so easily. You know, a horse can be well bred and have an awful form. People see that so often. The key is identifying the well-bred horses firstly, and then secondly, knowing when they're going to fall short. You know, you can't. There's plenty of them about. People don't need to chase them. Give them 5 or 6 starts, and if they're not showing anything, a bit harder over the jumps because you might want to chance them over bumpers. And then you might think it'll improve for hurdles, and then you might think it'll improve for fences. So you might have to follow a horse for 3 years in national hunt racing to see if it's any good. Whereas in flat racing, you probably finish by then. And that's the difference. People need to be a lot more patient. They need to just be patient. That's all I can emphasise, really. Nirvana Du Berlais is a stallion, like I said, €6,500. His first crop really is going round this year. People say his first crop of 2021 of 77 foals. 19 of them, I've actually updated this the other day. It was 5 the other day when I bookmarked everything. 19 of the horses have ran. 6 of them have already won. And some of them have won multiple races because 9 races have been won by 6 horses. Side by Goliath Du Berlais at 3. Not been many pattern races. There has been a few, 8 or 9. There's been not many pattern race chases for 3-year-olds yet. So he has had opportunities to get off the mark. He definitely has. You'll see there, that's the fillies. They're starting to get the fillies out a bit earlier than the colts. The colts seem a bit more solid, don't they? Very, very interesting stallion, even already, you would see. They're already looking at 3 miles and above. Is that? No, that's one. I can never work this out, really, sometimes. Over 2,400 metres is a mile and a half, isn't it? Of course, it is 1,600 and 800. You see, that just tells us nothing. This is a flat pedigree site, you see, Aryan. So any horse that goes over a mile and a half is just a national hunt horse is going to get that. Unfortunately, none have gone round in England yet. No juvenile hurdles yet in England of sufficient quality for someone to run a Nirvana Du Berlais in it, which is surprising. I thought there might have been a couple, but there hasn't. Very interesting stallion. Obviously, again, you want these going round at 6 or 7, in a few years' time. But yeah, very promising. I do think this horse is Nirvana Du Berlais. Have I got any horses for you related to Nirvana Du Berlais this year? I know that's what you're asking after the Logician video. Well, unfortunately, I think you might have missed it. 'Cause I think Nirvana Du Berlais is going to be Nietzsche has, if people look at Nietzsche has, the second dam of Nice to Meet You is, I think, out of Catiucha, or she is out of the second dam of Nirvana Du Berlais, Cadena. And Nice to Meet You is out of Catiucha, you see. Foaled in 2010. And there's the horse there, Nietzsche has. Nietzsche has already won, really done his job. He's already off to stud, the lad. He's won 3 juvenile hurdles already. Willie de Huel was bought by Richie in England. He's already beat, Nietzsche has beat that by 2.5 lengths. Look at the awful ratings in comparisons. Are the Racing Post trying to tell me that in 5 years, there's a 132, sorry, the same race, the 138, they're trying to tell me that the race has deteriorated a stone between 2019 and 2024, because the Racing Post rating of 121 gained by Nichaz was in the Prix-Aguado. The Grade 3, chose not to even bother to take in the Grade 1. This horse is already at stud for the 2025 breeding season, sired by Zarak, who of course is out of Zarkova, out of a Marteline-sired dam. Incredible. Unfortunately, he's been proved too good for most people. People can only really catch him the first 2 times. He just scraped over the threshold of 2-1. No chance on the last start, where people had sort of sussed what they had. But the first 2 starts, those that were ahead of them could easily make hay there, because it was so obvious this horse was decent. That's what people need to do. Look at the pedigree of it, because I'd already identified Nico Has, you see. Nico Has is already out of Nice to Meet You. He was sired by Great Pretender. Foaled in 2017. Nico has a dual listed winning chaser at 4 and 5. And at 4, he was at 5, so he was good enough to finish 4th in the Grade 1 Grand Steeplechase de Paris over 6,000 metres. That's over 16, 32, 48. That's over 3 miles easy. 4 3/4 miles, about. 4th in that age 5. The horse was an absolute machine at 3, 4 and 5, I thought. Really enjoyed going and watching him go round. So when I saw that there was a younger brother to that going round, Nietzsche has, in novice chases, novice hurdles this year, juvenile hurdles, whatever people want to call them, then I was ahead, you see. I was straight away ahead through this horse here in 2017. So it's just a matter of hoping the horse was good enough. He won first time out, and then I thought, here we go. He obviously is. So the second start was obviously a gift. And then the third start, they'd put the price, they'd caught up with me, 1-2. So he's below the threshold. So I was just able to enjoy him going round. There's been other good horses, though, going round recently on this line as well, that people might remember, that I'll show you before we take a look at the historic dam line. Orbison. Can't remember who trained this one. Nick Williams or Ian Williams, one of them two. Gelded, this horse was. Born in 2009, sired by Ballingarry, another nicely bred stallion that I've wrote about in the past in articles. He's out of Catiucha as well. So many years Catiucha's been going as well, you see. I think it's safe to say that if you're looking for Catiuchas now, she might be the second dam of them. So people need to do some digging. Warbison was quite a nice horse in his daylet. Managed to win the Grade 2 fixed brush handicap hurdle at Royal Ascot. And he was also third in the long walk hurdle, Grade 1 at 5. At 6, he was placed in the Grand Prix d'Automne French hurdle race over 3 miles second in that Grade 1, yes. And then the other 2 4th places as well. The Grand Course de Hay and the Grand Prix d'Automne again. So he's a Grade 1 horse, this was. Just got trapped in the British handicap system a bit. And a lot of the UK horses do that. That's the trouble. Maffaloy, however people pronounce it. That was another one trained by Simon Munir by Simon Munir and Isaac Sweddy, this mare wasn't she? Sadly died recently, sired by Turgeon. People see we're down to Cadena now. Cadena is the second dam of Nirvana Du Berlais. Maffaloy won some nice races. She was a Grade 2, a Grade 3 and a listed winner. She won the Warwick Hurdle, Grade 2. She won the Grade 3 Topham Chase over the Aintree fences. And she also won a Mare's Chase, a listed race around Doncaster. She was also second in another 2 Grade 1s, the Ascot Chase and the Ryanair Chase as well. Dual Grade 1 place, Group 2, Group 3 and listed winner. Sadly died on April the 2020 due to colic. People would love to have got stuck into them. Mare's foals out of her. She was foaled in 2008. Montparnasse, her brother. I remember this one going round. I didn't know it was related at the time to my Maffrey-Law. This was going round through a couple of years earlier. Gelding foaled in 2006, sired by Trempolino. Such a pleasure to look at these horses. Some proper National Hunt horses in this video, isn't there? Montparnasse, excellent horse again. Won 6 of 26 starts in the first 3 in 12 of 26. The horse, I think, another one out of Cadena, as we've said. Like I said, I think this horse was trapped a bit in the UK handicap system because the best it could manage in graded level was placed in 2 Grade 3 handicaps. Placed in a handicap chase at Cheltenham twice in 2011 and 2015. People look at the rating of the horse, it's a 160 rated horse, going around in handicaps. If they'd have pushed it in pattern races, it'd probably rated a little bit higher. Just never come David Maxwell, you see. He'd probably rode it himself. The horse did incredibly well to win Grade 3 races, to be placed in 2 Grade 3 handicap chases, carrying David Maxwell around, didn't he? What a waste of a horse. So sad to see. But very, very decent enough form all the way round, really, for Nirvana Du Berlais. Go back to 4R, though. We've done Cadena and Cadena. We're back to the 1980s now. Couldn't really find much out of Cadena. But it was when I opened the historic tab up and started looking for Natera, foaled in 1958, that things got quite interesting. Because I had to go back to a couple. I had to go back to Nervesa, who was an Italian-bred mare, foaled in 1941. And that in turn led me to Catnip, who was foaled in 1910. So in order, really, what I'm saying is, I think, in my opinion, people to get the idea of how good this horse potentially is, people had to go back 100 years. Because they landed then on the historical side. Catnip was so good as a dam. She has got her own section, look, on this historical classic winning flat side. Regular source of Italian winners, German classic winners, even the odd one in Yugoslavia. Mainly Italian and Germany, it's fair to say. But it's when people get down to the other dam that they need to look at. Nogara, foaled in 1928. People think, that's only the 7th, that is only the 8th dam of this horse, Nogara. She herself was a dual classic winner. She won the Italian, I suppose that's got to be, I don't know where she won that 2,000 Italian guineas, or that's just a duplicate, but she definitely won the Italian 1,000 guineas and maybe won something else as well, apart from that. But look at what she foaled, Niarco. Absolutely incredible that Nirvana Du Berlais is so closely related to Niarco through the 8th dam. Niarco never lost a race, 14 of 14, arguably the best horse ever to come out of Italy. It's so criminal what they did to Italian horse racing. So many horses going around like this in those days. 1938 Horse of the Year, sold for a record at the time, £60,000. Entered stud in 1939 before dying in 1957. That is a stallion of stallions. There used to be a Niarco line for all the people that are into stallions. Obviously, they wouldn't have been 4Rs. There'd have been whatever the dam was. That's where people go wrong, you see. People think that the stallion carries the genes forward, but they don't. It's the mares. I think that's clear. But so this one here, very closely related to arguably one of the best stallions of all time in horse racing, Niarco. He was no fluke, really, because he had a full brother going around 3 years after by Coronach. I'm hoping that's pronounced. I don't know if it is or not. people will see there that that won 12 out of 15 races. So quite average compared to Niarco. It did sire as a stallion for 9 years in Italy before returning to Great Britain. This horse was an Italian Triple Crown winner of 1941. Won some incredible races. This is a top-class pedigree if people go back 80 years. And it's now siring national hunt horses. Fortino is one that's a bit more recent, I found. Look, he was foaled in 1959, about the same age as the fifth dam of our horse. You people will look. Nagara is the fourth dam of that one. And I don't even think Nevesa. Is Nevesa on ours? Oh, yeah, Nevesa is the seventh dam. Navara is the sixth dam. See, we Navara and then we fall off. Different fifth dam. But Fortino won 8 of 17 races, and he was the stallion that was in Japan for 7 years. Prix Abbé winner of 1962. And he sired in Japan for 10 years before dying. He was also a stallion in Great Britain and Ireland in 1963. So some very interesting horses on the flat, and people only have to go back around 80 years to find them. Nevesa, I think, is one of our dams, isn't she? Nevesa, the seventh dam of our horse, is also a classic winner, the Italian Oaks winner of 1944. See, there's Fortino, look. But very interesting horse, Nirvana Du Berlais. Could it make a stallion? Well, it seems to tick a lot of boxes. Group 1 winning national hunt horse with some decent flat pedigree, really. If people would have chosen to breed some speed into this line rather than go down the national hunt route, you saw what the Abbé winner could do, Fortini. Since then, seems to have been purely used for national hunt horses from what I can find, especially on this line here that I've found, this particular branch of it. Right, what can we do now? We can look at Nirvana Du Berlais win 2 pattern races, can't we? We can close a few tabs down as well because we seem to have quite a few open. So, very interesting horse, really. Nirvana Du Berlais, it's fair to say. We can watch him win the Prix Aguado in June, and then we'll watch him win the Group 1 in November. Some lovely horses going round in these 2 races, it's fair to say.
Led in by the 2-horse Kick Up. Under orders, and this time they are allowed to race. 3,500 metres for the Group 3 Prix Aguado. 11 hurdles in all to be jumped, and Nirvana Du Berlais, with on the inside Kick Up, are the early 2 leaders, and Kick Up now goes on. Nirvana Du Berlais second position, with Lelude following in third. The Guillaume Macaire trio are led by 4 Fun in 4th position, with the second of them Al Quarto around the outside. Then towards the inner, Irresistible. Hipsters in the McManus jacket in second last position, was just a shade of odds on just before the off. And finally at the back of the field is Good Beret, as the runners swing right-handed to cut through the centre of the track. Kick Up into the next and over, shows by a length and a half. Nirvana Du Berlais on the far side, and on the near side Lelude are the nearest pursuers. Red jacket, yellow cap behind of Al Quarto, and something's gone wrong with Hipsters, and Hipsters is being pulled up at the back of the field. So the odds-on favourite, number 4, Hipsters, being pulled up at the back of the field. So, Kick Up leads them through the centre of the track, goes on by a length and a half. Nirvana Du Berlais second position, Lelude on the near side third. Following these then 4 Fun on the inner, with Al Quarto on the outer. Further behind Irresistible, and then Good Beret, and let's hope that problem with Hipsters is not too severe, but obviously being pulled up this early in the race doesn't bode that well as they go over the next. Just jumping slightly out to the right there. The leader Kick Up, but continues out in front by a length and a half. For Fun and Kevin Nabet on the inner. Up on the outer, the black cap of Lelude, and between these two, Nirvana Du Berlais, taking this one to race onto the far side. Irresistible is very keen behind the green jacket, pulling into the centre of that main group. Then Alcuato in second last, and Good Beret at the back of the field as the runners move onto the far side. So still the red cap of Kick Up out in front, but almost being joined now by Nirvana Du Berlais on the outside. Following these, Lelude in third position for Gaëtan Mazur, a share of third position with For Fun on the inner. Getting a bit closer now, Alcuato on the outside, then Irresistible on the inner, and they're beginning to pull away from Good Beret, who's outclassed, as they come to the next on the far side. Narrow advantage for Nirvana Du Berlais and Pierre Dubourg, but a better jump from Kick Up as they clear that one and move to the final one on the far side, the third last in all. Still following these two, Lelude on the outer and For Fun, who's having a nice quiet passage through on the inside. Alcuato's just getting a push or two at the back of the field, or in second last position, as they begin to make the turn back towards the straight. Nirvana Du Berlais has now moved on by a couple of lengths. Kick Up in second position, but now For Fun is the one who moves round the outside and goes after Nirvana Du Berlais. Leloup follows these in third as they make the swing in, two more to jump. Nirvana Du Berlais down to the second last. For Fun now pulled up to the outside in second position, but made a mess of that. Leloup in third, and Nirvana Du Berlais has gone 3 or 4 clear. For Fun, and then Kick Up over on the far side as Nirvana Du Berlais goes into the last and over and leads by 4 or 5. For Fun in second position, surely with too much to do, or maybe not. Nirvana Du Berlais still by a couple of lengths. For Fun is coming there hard on the far side, but Nirvana Du Berlais has lasted home well and wins it to For Fun in second, and Irresistible gets through for third in front of Kick Up in fourth. So win for number 6, Nirvana Du Berlais, for trainer Arnaud Chaillet and Pierre Dubourg.
Very good performance, I thought, there from Nirvana Du Berlais. Absolutely. To beat For Fun, I think For Fun must have been giving weight away to that horse on the day, because you can see there he's number 1 and Nirvana is number 6. But For Fun was a good horse as well. I remember him winning the Group 1 when the jockey dropped his whip and he still won. Very good horse, For Fun at stud as well, but unfortunately on double handful, the old double handful hack site, not this one. So I don't think For Fun will ever be a part of this series, sadly, because it would be unfair to all the others on the site. There was others just as good as he was as well. So hopefully he will be one that can come through without the assistance of this video. Right, we've got a few months to kill now before we get to November 2019. The horse was a ridiculous price again, really, having done that, if people have seen the pedigree of the horse, for what proved to be his last race in 2019. So we might as well have a look at that as well. The pre-Cambasseres, the leading 3-year-old hurdle race in November 2019.
So heavy ground, 4.6 on the penetrometer, Group 1 pre-Cambasseres, the big 3-year-old Group 1 race here, 3,600 metres and 11 flights of hurdles to jump, and they're off. And it is the same course and distance as our previous race, 11 flights of hurdles, and it's a faux départ, false start.
Oh, is it
really?
Not
sure why, but it's a false start. Well, red flag fly, red stars, etc. Big band. There's Gems here today. Away they go then. Once again, 11 flights of hurdles for this Group 1 pre-Cambasseres. The 3-year-olds here are first of 3 Group 1s here today. So early on, Yellow Cap of Sanganaro near side as we look at not the best of jump from the favourite there. He's won a listed race in a Group 2 in 2 starts so far. Didn't take the first two well, but I'm sure he'll settle down. On its outside is the only filly in the race, Golden Park. Felix de Giles is on the inside there. They're followed through by Jemmy Story and Kevin Nabé, the green and black. And on the outside there's Nirvana Du Berlais. In turn followed by For Fun then, the red sleeves, and just passing that one is Falstaff and Gaëtan Monsieur for Francois Nicole as they come towards the first of three in the home straight in our Group 1 Prix Cambacérès. This is the second flight in total, and the filly Golden Park comes to it, but probably just out jumped there by Sanganaro, put in a better jump than he did in the first, thankfully. For favourite backers, Nirvana Du Berlais on its outside, the filly Golden Park on its inner. Track through there is Jemmy Story. Then behind those, on the black cap there, the Jean-Claude Rouget colours of Cool As. On the inside there was For Fun and also Falstaff as they make their way towards flight number 4. Bit of a run before they get towards it. Sanganaro then leading from Nirvana Du Berlais just alongside. Then we've got Jemmy Story followed by Golden Park. Then we've got Falstaff followed through by Cool As, Theo Chebillard for Francois Nicole, as I said, and Jean-Claude Rouget Silks. And then we've got Falstaff, Gaëtan Monsieur. So coming towards the third in the home straight, the fourth flight in total, and Sanganaro next to the rails there, the green and black of Jemmy Story, wide is Nirvana Du Berlais, that's the leading trio, and the dark jacket there is Falstaff, followed through by the black cap of Cool As. On the inside is Golden Park, and the back marker at the moment is For Fun as they go towards flight number 5 at the side of the track. So Nirvana Du Berlais leading them. Nirvana Du Berlais comes towards this fifth, ahead of Sanganaro in second place. Golden Park is in third with Jemmy Story and Falstaff, and behind those is Cool As and For Fun, who was one of the three market principals, is pretty much the back marker as they go down the far side where they face 4 flights of hurdles. The ground really cutting up under heavy going here at Auteuil this afternoon, the rain still falling. Nirvana Du Berlais comes towards the first of 4 down the back straight and pops over it. Sanganaro took that in second with the filly Golden Park on the inside, followed through by For Fun. Far side there, the green and black of Jemmy Story, Falstaff and also Cool As. But it's Nirvana Du Berlais comes towards the next down the far side. Nirvana Du Berlais by a good 2 or 3 lengths or so to Golden Park. Didn't take that too fluently. Sanganaro sticking under the hedge there, and that one's followed by Falstaff. Then we've got Cool As, and as they come towards the next down the far side, Sanganaro, Yellow Cap. Nearest to us, Nirvana Du Berlais, still about a length or 2 advantage. Then came Cool Park in third place, followed by Cool As. Green and black, there's Jemmy Story. On the inside is For Fun, and the dark jacket there is Falstaff. As they come towards the final flight down the far side, the third last, Nirvana Du Berlais jumps it in this Group 1 Prix Cambacérès. For Fun made a right hash of that one. Nirvana Du Berlais still out in front. This Cool As, Theo Chebillard going pretty well, but Golden Park, the fillies in second position. The favourite Sanganaro on the outside of that duo. Then comes Falstaff, followed through by Jemmy Story, and For Fun is the back marker as they turn towards the home straight with just 2 to jump, and it's Nirvana Du Berlais rattling through the ground here at Auteuil. Sanganaro is about 4 lengths back in second. Then comes Cool As, followed by Golden Park. Then came Falstaff as they come towards the second last, and it's Nirvana Du Berlais for Arnaud Chailly coming towards this second last, the 10th. Jumping over it, Sanganaro needs to close. Cool As is trying to do so, and For Fun is coming back for more on the far side, and then the filly Golden Park. But this is the 11th and final flight in the Prix Cambacérès, and Nirvana Du Berlais has been jumping well throughout. For Fun on the far side. Between the pair of them is Cool As. Sanganaro is well beaten for the first time as they go towards the line, and Nirvana Du Berlais is just absolutely ploughing through the mud in our Prix Cambacérès here at Auteuil, going further and further away. Nirvana Du Berlais, Pierre Dubourg for Arnaud Chailly is going to win by many lengths. In second place will be Cool As. Third was For Fun, made the hash at the third last. And in fourth place was Sanganaro, followed through by Falstaff.
I mean, the commentator there, I think, did his best to try and emphasise just how soft he thought that ground was on the day. And who are we to disagree with him? Because I wasn't there at the time. People watching this video, certainly, well, some of you might have been here. Who knows there on the day? Who knows? But for me, I have to say that again, when this horse just seemed to relish. They mentioned the going, but it just stays the trip of 2 mile 2 furlongs so well, doesn't he? You know, people saw then For Fun was third in that race after being second in the Grade 3. But yeah, very interesting horse, Nirvana Du Berlais. I think it's fair to say €6,500 could in years to come prove to be an absolute bargain. I think. Hopefully he's not far away now from getting some pattern race form at some point, because he's had a couple that have won more than once, you see, in France, and they're normally the ones towards the front of the pattern racing at 3. But yeah, plenty more to come out there. Look, 77. Only 19 of them have been seen in public. I did go through all my 3-year-old hurdlers to make sure that I hadn't missed any off this damn line that I was following. I sadly haven't, apart from Nietzsche has, the one we've already missed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this video here, I think. Thank you very much, everybody, for taking the time to watch it. What I will leave you all is a copy. Well, it's Ledger Week, isn't it? So we'll get back to the Classic Watch 24 horses in this video. I think this is only the second Stallion in Focus video, so not really worth using that as a playlist yet. So there will be a copy of the Classic Watch 2024 horses, a playlist of them, so people can look at all the horses on there, videos for them. And what I'll also do is I will give everybody who has watched this video and has chosen not to subscribe to the channel, I will give you an opportunity to subscribe to the channel as well, so you don't miss any more free content moving forward. But for now, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you very much, everybody, for taking the time to watch it. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Have a good luck at the weekend if you're getting involved in the racing in the UK and Ireland at the weekend. I don't know what's happening in France or anywhere else in the world. I haven't quite looked yet. But for now, take care, everybody. Have a fantastic day and goodbye.